This is the WWE NXT October 10, 2023 full show results video, and the show opens with American Nightmare Cody Rhodes making his entrance. He talks about the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament and announces there will be an NXT Men's Breakout Tournament as well. He kept hearing people talk about a certain tag team tournament, and yes, the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic is back as well. But one more announcement, on perhaps the biggest night in NXT history, he has the privilege and heartbreak. Man, Shawn Michaels made it so, he's the special guest general manager tonight. Ilya Dragunov comes, and the crowd chants happy birthday at him, and he lets a little chuckle out before saying he couldn't pass up the opportunity to welcome Cody to NXT. Then Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley enter, and Dom mocks them for patting each other on the back and says the WWE Universe is here to see the greatest superstar this brand has to offer, him. Cody asks if that means he's not willing to put his title on the line, and Rhea says he's had the company on his back and just won the title back. Ilya says today is a day of celebration and he can't imagine anything better than eating a man like him alive in the ring, and Rhea, darling, he's gonna smash your boy. Rhodes makes the match official but says Judgment Day are all about that numbers game and he won't see them ruin it, so he has a special guest referee in mind, LA Knight. The next match happened between Asuka versus Roxanne Perez, and the result of this match was Asuka defeated Roxanne Perez by pinfall with a thrust kick. Post-match, Kiana James gets in the ring to stalk after Roxanne Perez, but Shotzi attacks her and cuts her off. Then we saw a pub rules match between British Strong Style and Ridge Holland versus Gallus, and the result of this match was British Strong Style and Tyler Bate won the match by pinfall with a triple powerbomb through a table on Joe Coffey. Then Tegan Nox rolls up on a Lyra Valkyria interview to demand that she put her title match with Becky Lynch off so she can get a rematch, and Lyra gives her an earful about how she's not gonna let anybody get in her way. Back from the commercial, John Cena makes his entrance and gets on the mic, and he says gratitude is a core value of his and thanks everyone for making an environment that main roster stars want to visit. When Carmelo Hayes called, he couldn't say yes fast enough because they have so much in common and he's proud to be in his corner tonight against Bron Breakker. Then Bron Breakker comes, and he says it's a big night for NXT and they didn't come to see Cena, they came here to see him, and Cena says we all know that Bron is athletically gifted but his glaring weakness is his attitude. He's excited to see the match, and he's here to respectfully wish Breakker good luck, and Cena extends a hand and Bron punches him in the head, lying in wait. Cena sidesteps the spear, fireman's carry, but Breakker gets away. The next match happened between Dominic Mysterio versus Ilya Dragunov for the NXT Championship, and LA Knight was the special guest referee, and the result of this match was Ilya Dragunov won the match by pinfall with Torpedo Moscow, retaining the NXT Championship. Baron Corbin comes down to confront Dragunov, but he gets beaten to the punch by Donovan Dijak, who lays the champion out and tells Corbin to his face that he's got Ilya first. Then a mystery car rolls up and Jade Cargill gets out, and she shakes Heartbreak Man Shawn Michaels' hand and he welcomes her to NXT. Back from the commercial, Baron Corbin rolls up to Cody Rhodes to ask him to make the match between him and Ilya Dragunov, and he's willing to let bygones be bygones between them for it. Cody says Donovan Dijak made a good case, too, and he says he thinks the winner of Melo vs. Bron has a good case, too, and he books a triple threat #1 contenders match for next week. The next match happened between Danny Palmer versus Lola Vice, and the result of this match was Lola Vice won the match by pinfall with a crescent kick. Back from the commercial, we get another channel-changing vignette and it settles on a Brian Pillman video package as we get a Brian Pillman, Jr. voiceover about how everybody talks to him about his dad. He says he tried to do anything but follow in his father's footsteps, but now he has no choice but to embrace it and inflict pain on the very business that has hurt him so much, and he takes the name of the man who raised him, King. Kiana James is backstage chatting with Asuka and thanks her for leaving just enough of Roxanne for her to finish. Blair Davenport walks up and chats with Asuka in Japanese for a moment. Then Fallon Henley rolls up to try and shake her hand, but Tiffany Stratton cuts the line and introduces herself and says to come ask if she needs anything. Henley asks if Daddy taught her manners, and Tiffany says he taught her to treat people like Fallon differently. In the main event of the show, we saw a match between Bron Breakker versus Carmelo Hayes, and the result of this match was Carmelo Hayes won the match by pinfall with nothing but net. Post-match, Bron cuts Hayes down with a spear, and Breakker gets on the mic and says win or lose, there's only one badass in WWE, and the lights go down and come back up. The Undertaker is here, in American Badass form, and he gets in the ring and goes face to face with Bron, and Breakker grabs a mic and tells Taker to listen to him and calls him an old-timer and repeats his claim that he's the only badass around here. Undertaker grabs the mic and says he's been watching and one day Bron will be a very special talent, but that day ain't today. He drops the mic and lays Breakker out with one hard right hook, waiting for him to get back up, guzzle, chokeslam. He gives Bron some advice: there's always an older, bigger, badder badass waiting around the corner, and he just met the baddest of them all, and the show goes off the air.